So nung nandito siya sa Singapore, nabibenta rin siya either online. Tapos may mga taong nag-close sa Philippines. So hati lang sila, you only get 1.5%. But okay yun, di ba? So may 1.5 yung nagka-assist, may 1.5 yung nandito. You can also do that. We're opening up to that opportunity as well. Kasi alam namin na may mga OFWs na gusto mang kumita ng additional. So we have also some competent international sellers na nakauwi na rin sa Philippines because of selling properties while they're abroad. And so that's one thing. Kagandahan sa Driven, we have a wide array of network that can assist you kumbaga, while you're here. So leverage na rin yun. Ganun yung nangyayari. So that's one way. I'm sure marami na rin nag-offer sa inyo, di ba? Benta kayo sa ganito property. So, ano nyo yun? Dito, take advantage nyo yun. Kasi lalo na, you sell properties to kung saan ka nakabili. Di ba may mga ganon? Kasi nag-invest ka sa property na to, developer, SMDC, or Vistaland, di ba? Yun yung alam ko mga nagpunta dito abroad. Ino-offer kang maging international seller, di ba? You refer as well. So, pwede rin yun. If you like properties as much as we do, then maybe you can also start offering and educating your people. Marami ka natutunan ngayon, di ba? Do you think your knowledge, that what you've learned today, other people can also benefit from it? Yes. Di ba? So use that as well to help other people and earn from it. Does that make sense? Di ba? So you can start earning. Di ba? Yung alam mo, hindi lang dyan natutulog. You're already learning from the inside. While you're learning how to invest, you're also learning and selling other people. Forced to learn ka. Kami nga, forced to learn lang din naman kami. Kasi alam namin, may nagtatanong eh. Di ba? So, minsan, if you notice, hindi naman namin kabisado rin lahat. No? Just to answer nga yung tanong ni Ma'am doon kanina, you have to employ a competent broker to transfer yung property na yan. Huwag ako, ayoko kasi yung trabaho na yun. Di ba? So, hindi yun ang expertise ko in terms of that. Pero look for a broker na willing trabahuin yan, maybe in your area. Di ba? So, you can do that. Okay ba yun? No? You can start with sales. That's one. If you don't have that much capital, pwede yan. Halos walang capital, kundi time, internet connection, hindi ka na magti-tripping. Meron. Other things, by the way, Driven has created 70 millionaires na nabanggit ko na yan kanina in the past 7 years. One thing is also Condotel, di ba? I'm sure may mga lumapit na rin sa inyo na Condotel operators or Condotel projects. Yung ibang unit, residential, yung ibang unit, i-operate as a condo hotel. Di ba? So, ang advantage nun, I believe it's also good for OFWs, depende sa profile mo, kung gaano kalaki yung return mo. Because at least hindi na sakit sa ulo yung magpaparent out. Di ba? Yun lang. If hindi ka masyado particular in terms of the return, as long as kung okay niya nang mag-self-liquidate, no, yung magiging income niya, kaya nang bayaran yung amortization mo sa bank, then maybe that makes sense. Ang labas mo lang yung down payment. Diba? Or konti na lang. Diba? So, if you're that type of investor, then maybe you can take a look at Condotel properties as well. For the few years, halos wala masyado nag-offer, but recently, nakita ko marami na ulit pupunta doon. Siguro nakita nila yung opportunity ng hotel nga sa Philippines for the major reason that tumataas yung tourism ng Philippines. So, depende sa area, sa property. Yun. So, the advantage, you get professional property management service, then usually may libre kang stay. Diba? So, piliin nyo yung may libreng stay. Kasi one of the condotels that I sold before, walang libreng stay. Na-frustrate nga yung isa kong investor doon eh. Pero, kasi minsan pabago-bago yung operator eh. Yung operator ayaw niya ng libreng stay, discount lang. So sayang, di ba? Mas maganda yung merong 14 days to 30 days. Diba? Kasama na yun. May libre kang stay para pag uwi mo doon, 1 month, so, ma-enjoy mo yung hotel mo. Diba? So may tirahan ka na doon. I think that's really good for OFWs eh. Or even if you're, let's say, you're based in Manila, you wanna invest in Cebu, may Cebu Condotel, like ito mga Grandland, yung picture na yan. Grand Residences yata yan. Kung gusto mo magstay sa Cebu once a year, di ba, 30 days or 15 days, investment lang naman, kahit na doon, pwede rin. Di ba? So, depende sa'yo. So that could be a good opportunity if you want hassle-free investment. If you're not up to too much return, di ba? Kung yun ang profile mo, okay din naman. So again, naniniwala ko, profile lang yan. Bawat product may market. That's what I believe in business and in sales. Kung ano mo gusto mong ibenta, mabebenta yan. No, kasi bawat product may market. Ganun din sa real estate investing. Different investor, different profile, different investment yung pwedeng bagay sa'yo. So tanungin mo, ano yung bagay sa'yo? Am I clear? Right? So for me, I strongly believe Conotel is very good for OFWs. I strongly believe. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng OFWs sobrang aggressive in terms of their investments. Okay, so, yeah. Another thing is you buy smart. Diba? Maganda yung sabi ni Gary, buy at the right location, right place, at the right time, with the right price. Diba? So, syempre, maganda talaga kung mas mura mo mabibili. Tama ba? Mas malaki yung potential return talaga. Yung kwento nga niya, 8 years ago, 2009, we started selling light residences ng SM. Yun yung pinakauna talaga nila, or isa sa pinakauna nilang projects ng SMDC. So it was selling at 1.5 million back then, 20 square meters. So it's around 75,000 per square. Right now, it's around 2.6 to 2.8, the same studio unit. Diba? So during that time, kung 1.5 mo nabili, mag-apply yung 1% rule. Sabi nga kasi ng ibang mga property investors, yung 1% should be, the total contract price, the monthly rent should be 1% of the total contract price. Ang hirap maghanap nun. Sa totoo lang. Is it feasible? Pwede. But maybe 1 out of 100 properties feasible for that. Pero may nakita na kami. Yun nga, yung light residences, nangyari. Maybe there are also some na mga naunang property sa BGC is already performing at that level. Diba? So, tignan mo ngayon, you also study the market. Ano yung potential with that? Yung mga nakakita nung una sa SMDC before, nung mura pa sila, diba? Ang laki ng capital appreciation. I sold C residences before 2.4 million sa MOA. Yung una nilang kondo sa MOA is 2.4 million at 24 square meters. Right now, 4 million. Diba? So, yun, pwede nilang ma-hit yung 1% rule. Ngayon, kailangan ba lagi 1%? Depende sa'yo. Mga aggressive investors, syempre gusto nila malaki yung return. Yan talaga yung target nila. Diba? For the not-so-aggressive investors, lower return than that is also acceptable. Diba? Again, depende. Ano bang goal mo? Yun yung tanong. Ano ba yung goal mo? If the property is, hindi yun naman yan ang iniisip mo magpapa-retire kagad sa'yo at magpapa-for good sa'yo sa Philippines, hindi naman yun yung kinoconsider mong the only thing na magpapa-for good sa'yo, then maybe, okay lang na lower yung return. Diba? At least additional investment mo lang siya, giving passive income for you. Diba? So, depende sa goal. Alamin ang goal. Am I clear? Are you learning? Diba? Another strategy is the MVP strategy or the most valued property. Ito talaga dapat yung ginagawa mo sa property mo. When you just put out your unit for rent and then bahala na kung sino magre-rent, bahala na si broker, medyo mahirap yun. Kasi nga, ang dami talagang for rent. Pero may mga kilala ako na laging fully booked. Laging fully booked yung kanila. So, bakit? Because they are applying the MVP strategy. They are always thinking of the best use and how to market their property. Right? So, be different. Right? Sino ito may mga rental properties na? Nakita ko yun, marami na, di ba? Think of ways how you can penetrate the market differently. Or bakit sa'yo ako magre-rent? Bakit hindi sa kabilang building or sa katabi mo na unit? Sa dami na nagpapa-rent out ngayon, tama ba? Ano yung meron sa'yo? You have to give that. And you have to think like a businessman, not just, an investor. Na yung pera, hintayin mo na lang kumita. When you invest in real estate, especially in rental properties, it's not that simple na pinut out mo for rent, kikita ka na. No, ano yung value? Ano yung advantage, competitive advantage ng unit mo, ng service mo, compared sa iba? Am I clear? So again, it's all about the mindset. People who are successful in the rental business always have this. Diba? They have something to offer. Nagkukwento nga si Gary sa akin kahapon, no, sa Light Residences, kasi tumira siya doon for 2 years, may nag-o-offer ng parang, hindi ko alam kung libre or kasama na yung shuttle papuntang Makati every morning. So pag nag-rent ka sa akin, sigurado ka may shuttle every morning sa Makati. So you don't need to book for taxi or Grab every morning. Computed mo kung magkano yung expense mo. So may something special yung service niya. Hahanapin mo ba siya kung ikaw yung magre-rent? Diba? Yes, kasi mayroong additional na service or something different from that property alone. Diba? So the question is, how can you make your property the most valued or most valuable property? Kung may most valuable player sa sports, diba, sa basketball, meron din dito sa property. Kaya ikaw yung kumikita. Di ba yung mga pinakamagaling sa basketball, sila yung kumikita, highest paid? Diba ganun din sa property? If you can create that value to your property, then mas marami yung gustong sa'yo mag-rent. It's not just about the space, the plain space. Am I clear? Right? So I remember also, no, we have our friends sa my dorm. Nag-develop sila ng dorm. Tapos mahal yung renta, parang 9,000 or higher. Pero gusto yun ng mga parents kasi mataas yung security. Pag yung ID, pumasok sila, mare-record, malalaman ng parents kung kailan umuwi, anong oras umuwi. Mga ganun, no? Free wifi, ganun. So mahigpit yung rules. So fully booked sila. No? Sa may UST yata yung malapit. Diba? So, ang dami namang gumagawa ng ganun dorm business, tama ba? But sila, fully booked. Because they have a niche market. They know how to be different. They targeted that